All right, cool. Three, 2, 1. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the fifth episode of the Thank God for Wrestling podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Johnny King.
The other host, CJ McClure.
Yes, sir. And guys, I appreciate all the support with these. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or if you watch YouTube videos, we just have fun doing it. No matter how big we get, we're just going to keep doing it because we like to share our opinions, and we know there's always going to be a community of people watching. But yeah, let's get down to business, man. We had a okay week of wrestling. Nothing too crazy. They're still trying to set everything up for SummerSlam. But we're gonna go over Raw, then get into SmackDown, and then we're gonna do our SummerSlam predictions as of whatever matches are confirmed right now. And then we're gonna get into a special prompt. And today's special prompt should be a fun one. So yeah, so Monday Night Raw, the Judgment Day kicks it off. Everybody's in the ring except for Dominic. And then we hear, first of all, Damian Priest, bro. He like messed up did you hear him? He like messed up the entrance. I guess he was trying to do like a Raw, welcome to Raw is Jericho, or like welcome to Monday Night Rollins type thing. And he was like, welcome to All Rise for the Judgment Day. And I was like,
I didn't see that.
yeah, it was like you could tell he knew he messed up because it was like kind of awkward. And then he like tried to play it off. It was funny. People were talking about him on Twitter. But yeah, so
Happens.
they go on, yeah, facts. They go on talking about they want to honor their new NXT North American champion. So there's a video package of Dominic Mysterio defeating Wesley for the championship. And Rhea Ripley says it's her honor to welcome the new champion, the Latino Heat, the hottest man she knows, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. So Dominic comes out, he gets his own entrance. This is almost kind of like a championship celebration, I guess. But bro, have you seen like all this stuff like her and like Rhea and Dominic have been doing? Like, even though I know it's all like they're just acting, but like, bro, the stuff they've been saying and like the stuff they've been doing, it's kind of getting like kind of wild. Like, if I'm Buddy Matthews, bro, I'm like, Rhea, what are you doing? Like,
So maybe this is just me still falling for kayfabe, but like a month ago, I thought they were actually a couple. I mean,
yeah,
it's
bro.
obviously kayfabe and just them acting, but I think it was specifically a time where I saw a video of Rhea harrying Dom, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I was like, I'm starting to think, I was like, are y'all actually together? Like, is this sort of the case where wrestlers fall for each other? I completely forgot Rio was with Buddy Matthews. So,
Bro, I'm
yeah,
saying,
like,
like, yeah, it's really tough. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Buddy Matthews and her like they broke up and like, but I don't know. It's just they're doing a great job at whatever they're doing. And then there's another video package after Dominic gets to the ring, talking about his career, and it literally says that he's the best luchador of all time, which is crazy, bro. That's a crazy statement. But Mega Heat, obviously, that's a heel move. And then yeah, after that, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come out, and there's KO chance, and then Sammy tells Dominic the best thing he can do for the business is just shut up. And then they go back and forth. Bro, we've been getting like the same Raw like week to week to week. It's the Judgment Day and KO have a match. Cody cuts a promo. Like, it's just the same. I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm just being a Scrooge, but like I just feel like it's the same booking over and over and over again.
I think, and we're probably going to be saying this a lot. I just think once SummerSlam is done, like best case scenario, we get a bunch of good payoffs. They're all good matches. At least leaves off on a good note. We go into something else.
Yeah. And then so eventually Dominic Mysterio and Sami Zayn, well, Sami Zayn saying we had the titles on the line last week. I want you put the North American Championship on the line. And before Dominic can even say he accepts, Rhea Ripley accepts for him. And you can kind of see a little bit of tension between the two. And Dominic's like, did you really just accept it on my behalf? But
Mhm.
yeah, Rhea says he'll take it. So that's scheduled for later tonight. And then Becky Lynch makes her way to the ring because she has a match against Zoe Stark, and if she wins this, then she gets a match with Trish Stratus. And then we come back from the break. Honestly, bro, this match was okay. Like I said, I'm still kind of over this Trish and Trish Stratus, Becky Zoe Stark's thing. But Zoe Stark, bro, she showcased her moves. She's a great wrestler. There was a couple things that I wanted to point out. Let me go to my notes. A couple one of her yeah, she hit like a springboard drop kick. It was so
No.
effortlessly too. Holy. But yeah, Zoe showed off, even though she didn't get the win, which I wasn't expecting her to because they're trying to set up the match for SummerSlam. But yeah, overall, bro, I mean, it wasn't a bad match.
Oh yeah, I mean, this was better than their match, the last one they had a few weeks ago. I quite frankly think it was better than the match that Becky and Trish had back in Night of Champions. Maybe that's a
Yeah.
hot take for me, but oh yeah,
Nah,
good match. I
bro.
mean, did its job.
It's like, can you hear my air conditioning in the background or no?
No,
No? Okay,
no.
cool. It's like weird because I get Trisha's older, so she can't really go like she used to. Like I would much rather just like see Zoe versus Becky in a feud to help build Zoe up rather than like because like what is Trish even bringing to the table at this point? Like what is she adding? You know what I mean?
Star power.
Yeah. But like even then it's like I don't know. I don't know, man. But
I don't want to
yeah.
hate on. I don't want to hate on Trish by any means, right?
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
not
she's a
hating on her.
legend.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I mean,
yeah.
she paved the
I'm
way. But I
just
mean, but yeah, I mean,
yeah,
she's past her prime. I mean, she was moving a lot better when she came back for that one-off match against Charlotte at SummerSlam years ago. Like she still
yeah.
had the fragility left in the tank, but I don't know. I feel like just like with Raw, we're kind of just going in circles with this.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like the same thing over and over and over again.
Yes, I mean, again, just have the match at SummerSlam. I hope they prove us wrong and at least have a good one to end off the feud, and
Yeah,
then
they
just
need to
go,
have a good
go
match and end it, bro.
and then just go their separate ways, transition to something else.
Yeah. And then next, who would have thought? Uh, Cody Rhodes comes back to cut a promo. And this promo is honestly kind of like his version of like a hard times promo. Like he talks about it. And bro, I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of this. So, what do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, that's some catchphrases stick. Some are fire. That's it's just gotten old. I can't argue with that. And real quick, I have failed to mention this when we started this podcast, but one thing that irritates me about the Cody Brock feud, we still don't know why Brock Lesnar attacked Cody Rhodes in the first place. The only thing that we got was like speculation from Cody that Brock Lesnar was upset with his placement on the card to WrestleMania. And I got the main event. He was in the opening match of the Omos. That's it. I'm like, that doesn't in my mind, that doesn't make any sense.
Bro, they don't have a reason because there is none. They needed Cody to go through adversity so we can buy time up before eventually I guess he goes to Mania. But like, yeah, there's literally no reason that they should be fighting. Like, it's not even like they really have history together. Like, what's the point, bro? Like, I don't
Not in the
know, but
slightest.
yeah. But Cody talks about saying his mother knows that Brock made a big mistake about attacking him. And the mistake that he made was leaving Cody Rhodes breathing. So Cody got a little aggressive there. And then basically it's just he talks about he's gonna be Lesnar up at SummerSlam because it's what he deserves, and he'll look back on this time realizing what is wasn't pretty, but he's pinning that final chapter in this story. And at SummerSlam, this will end. So I'm hoping that next week we get a stipulation announced. I know we talked about it before, but like, bro, if they really want to make it, in my eyes, if they really want to make it interesting, they need to do a submission match, bro. They need to make someone tap or like an I quit match so someone definitely gives up. You know what I mean?
Well, then I guess with that logic, I would think last man standing, but Brock was just in a last man standing match a year ago,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
that'd be a little repetitive. But I mean, I I still stand by 2 out of 3 falls or 3 stages of hell, just because You could be like, oh, Cody outlasted Brock. Cody went the distance. Brock did. I mean,
Yeah,
Brock had nothing left in the tank. Cody did. But I see your point about a submission match. Maybe add a submission match in Three Stages of Hell. Maybe that's
that's
the
true.
last. Maybe that's the last match in it.
Yeah.
Is
I just
whatever the other
yeah.
two are.
Yeah, I just don't think that Brock would even agree to like putting Cody over in that way, like tapping out or
Oh
saying I
no,
quit. Like no way Brock is agreeing to saying I quit, bro.
no. I mean,
Yeah.
they're both unlikely, but I think tap out is more likely than I quit, just because granted it was
Yeah.
20 years ago, but Brock has tapped out to Kurt Angle. As far as I mean,
Yeah.
did we talk about this? Is he the only one that ever tapped? Kurt
It
Angle's the only one
was
that made
it
Brock
was
tap,
it was
right?
Chris Benoit too.
Right, only those two.
Yeah, those are only two.
That's right. And he lost by submission to Taker at WrestleMania 8 years ago. He just didn't tap out. He passed out.
Yeah, he passed
Oh,
out. Yeah. They're
okay.
from the Hell's Gate, I think, right?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And so
one thing I
yeah.
do hope, just quick sidebar, is
Mhm.
did they say they're going to do a contract signing next week? Or are they going to meet together?
I think Brock is supposed to be there. I think they announced Brock, but I don't know about a contract signing.
Well, regardless, I guess what I'm getting at is I want to actually I appreciate fighting and the aggressive brawls and all that to move a feud, but with them, it's getting old. I want to see them just in the ring and just go to a war of words. I want to actually like
Yeah.
let's go a little old school and actually have Brock like interact with Cody back and forth,
Hmm.
like
And
verbally. That I like
yeah,
to
we
see that.
know he's capable of it too,
Yeah.
based off the feud with Roman. Like like I don't. How are we having a Brock and Cody feud, but Brock is never there? And it's literally just Cody cutting the same promo over and over and over.
Yeah, it's I mean, Brock has obviously been showing up more, this year alone, and
Yeah,
obviously it's part of his career. But at the end of the day, Brock's still a part timer. So I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
And bro, for right now, bro, I'm still in the camp. Like Cody Rhodes has lost momentum, bro. Like I'm still in the camp of like to me, bro, I don't care. When he comes on my TV, I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, I don't know. Like when he first came back, bro, I was like, okay, now it's interesting. But now, obviously, the loss to Roman like dropped his stock a little bit, like momentum. But I still feel like I should be wanting to see him on my TV every week.
I'm slowly getting there too, but that's just because I'm getting tired of the Brock feud. And I hope the next thing they transition Cody with, to your point, brings back a little momentum, brings back a little intrigue. But to play devil's advocate, he's still getting good reactions when his music hits. The woes are still getting louder and louder, or at least maintaining. So he's still staying relevant. I wouldn't say he's over, like he was earlier this year when he came
Yeah,
back from Rumble and won, but he's still relevant. So
yeah. And then after that, they go back to a replay showing Ricochet flying over the top rope with Logan Paul. And then Jackie Redmond's backstage with Ricochet, and she asked about Logan Paul coming to Raw. Ricochet said he's thrilled that Logan Paul accepted his invitation to Raw tonight, but Ricochet doesn't like that he's late because he thinks he's a bigger star. Ricochet says they'll have some business to settle. Whatever he wants to say to Logan Paul, he can do it to his face. So he's just inviting Logan Paul to come talk to him one more time. Bro, I think this match will be like a good wrestling match for sure. Like, no doubt.
oh yeah, I agree. I think the match is going to be good. It's going to flippy stuff. Their athleticism is going to be put on display. Um, I I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to get to the segment just yet. I got
Yeah,
thoughts on
yeah,
that
you're
though.
good. Yeah. And then after that, we come back and we have the North American Championship match. Sami Zayn and Dominic Mysterio, dirty Dominic Mysterio, my bad. And yeah, the match was okay. I mean, it was what it was.
Match was
There
fine.
wasn't really, yeah, there wasn't really anything crazy. I just don't understand, bro. Like, I get they're trying to expose NXT to a wider audience so they can up the NXT viewers because they want to be dynamite in the ratings in Collision. But like, why are we having two main roster guys again fighting over NXT championship? Like, it has no ties to NXT. It's not like Dominic's on NXT. He's only been on there for what, the past 3 weeks, but he's not really like considered an NXT star.
Yeah, it's
So
not like you're
like,
having. It's not like you're having Wes Lee come to Raw and throw out an open
Yeah,
challenge, have like a dream match,
yeah.
you know, for the
Uh-huh.
title.
And like they kind of backed themselves into a corner because Sammy's a champion and Dominic's a champion. So one of them has to lose. And
Yeah.
Dominic did win based off a distraction, but I still don't think he should have beat Sami Zayn, who was this close to beating Roman Reigns at one point.
Yeah, I mean, hear what you're saying, but at the end of the day, Sammy's still a champion. So I mean, it still gives him some, what's the word, coverage, I guess.
Yeah. And then I don't know if you heard, but supposedly Kevin Owens is like actually hurt his ribs or something.
Yeah, I did hear about that, and
Yeah. So I don't know if
worries
they're
me.
gonna yeah, I don't know if they're gonna have
Just
a match on SummerSlam probably.
yeah, I mean, I guess not. I mean, but I hope it's not too serious. Hope it's minor. You know, I'd hate for them to have to vacate the titles because of a real injury. And then they have to call an audible on what to do with Sammy. But I hope he gets
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. And so Dominic got the pinfall victory off distraction. And then after that, we get a video talking about SmackDown, just explaining what happened this past Friday. And then we get a Shinsuke Nakamura backstage package, and Ricochet comes up and asks if Shinsuke's seen Logan Paul, but Nakamura hasn't. Ricochet walks off. Tommaso Ciampa walks in and talks to Ricochet, saying talks to Shinsuke, saying he cost Shinsuke the match last week, but just for clarity, don't get into my match tonight versus Bronson Reed. And Shinsuke says nothing. So I would love to see a Shinsuke Ciampa feud.
You can down with that.
Yeah.
And just have both of them be aggressive as heck. You know, I mean,
That's what I'm
Champa,
saying. Like you could put
like,
on bangers, bruh.
right? No, I can get down with that.
Yeah. And then that sets up the Bronson Reed Tommaso Ciampa match. And then but before that, we see Dominic Mysterio walking backstage with Senor Money in the Bank. Bro, Vince McMahon just loves like nicknames, dog. Big Bronson Reed, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, Senor Money in the Bank. And Damian Priest and Rhea and all them walk past Apollo Crews and Akira Tozawa. Basically, the moral of the story is Crews and Priest agree on a match tonight, and Priest tells him that he'll receive his punishment. So that sets up the match later tonight. And then they go into the Bronson Reed versus Ciampa match. Bro, the match was pretty good.
Yeah, you often forget how strong these guys are. But Champa picking up Bronson
Facts.
and doing the mood, I mean, that got a
Facts.
huge reaction from the crowd.
Yeah, bro, Champa. So there's like a well-known bodybuilding coach, and he's based out of Florida, and he coaches like a lot of the WWE guys. And so that's why like he does Apollo Crews, he does Champa, who else? Ludwig Kaiser, like a lot of those guys are coached by him. And bro, Champa, I'm pretty sure he's competing in a few bodybuilding competitions because bro's like he's not crazy big, but bro's ripped, bro.
Yeah, I mean, Champa's in shape. No doubt
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. And then yeah, the match was good, I can't lie. But we do see Shinsuke walk down the ramp, and then Champa leaves the ring to warn Nakamura to go back, and then Champa turns into the massive shoulder tackle from Reed, which then leads to Reed getting the win. So I'm glad they didn't have Champa win. I mean, Reed win completely clean, but to still protect Champa. So hopefully we see a Shinsuke Champa feud in the future. So Big Bronson Reed got the win there. I saw someone was like, Vince McMahon wants to call him fat, but he just didn't want to use fat, so he just said big. I was like, geez, bro. I mean, they're not wrong. Like, that's not really like what happens to the colossal Bronson Reed? That was a cool name. Like, why Vince just has to change everything, bro.
Just hops on Zoom just like we are and be like, Hunter,
No,
big in the
literally. Bro, and he had surgery this week
name.
on his
Vincent?
on his spine, on his spine, yeah.
Oh,
And
dang.
somehow he's still making changes.
Bro.
You know the first thing he did after he got out of surgery?
Get
Tell
my
Paul to
computer.
call me right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, I like nicknames, don't get me wrong, but you don't hear them calling Roman the tribal chief Reigns. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like again, like I like Dirty Dom. I think that goes hard, but don't call him Dirty Dominic Mysterio with the drop kick. Dirty Dominic
yeah.
Mysterio is going
It
up top. I
just
mean, like that
yeah,
gets annoying.
facts. It
So
just gets overused.
right.
Like they had to cut. They learned. I thought they learned that with Seth freaking Rollins. They had to cut it down and stop using freaking so much. But I don't know. After that, replays are shown of the women's champion re-attacking Raquel and Liv Morgan. Byron's backstage with Liv Morgan after that. Morgan says Raquel is hurting, but she'll recover. Morgan says Rhea Ripley is all hers tonight. Ripley thinks she can do anything. She's the last person to defeat Ripley. She may get beaten up, but maybe she won't. Morgan walks off. And after that, the women's tag team champions, Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, walk up. They're not happy that Saxon didn't interview them. They're not happy that he wants to talk about Rhea Ripley. Then Rhea Ripley walks in the camera and says they're scared and they're scared away. Ripley says she warned Raquel and Liv to stay out of her way, but they don't listen. And after that, it's a commercial break. Then we come back and we see champion Seth Rollins with Adam Pearce off in Adam Pearce's office looking at a contract. So, bro, we're gonna get more into the women's tag team championship stuff on SmackDown, but it's just the booking situations, bro. I don't know. It's just like they're really making the women's tag team championships belts mean nothing, like more than they already are, which is sad.
I flashback years ago. I respected and appreciated that, there, the women's revolution, the women's evolution. I did respect and appreciate all of that. The women getting more time and being in more matches than the men are. But I just felt like when they were bringing the tag team titles, I'm like, that's going to be a bit of a mistake.
Yeah,
I guess title overload. There's already so many championships in WWE,
facts, bro.
NXT, NXT UK. Is NXT UK still a thing? I forgot.
No, it's not. They merged.
Okay,
They had a
that's right.
match. Yeah,
That's right. But regardless, still championship overload. And
yeah,
was like, I feel like it's gonna be pushed to the side. And I
yeah.
was right,
It
unfortunately.
is. Yeah, bro. NXT UK. Like I want to go back and start rewatching like more of it on Peacock because like the stuff from what I've seen, bro, it's kind of like lit. Like they had Pete Dunne, they had Walter, they had Ilya Dragunov, JD Mc, they had all those guys.
It looked awesome. I mean, I love the
Yeah,
United Kingdom Championship. I didn't watch them consistently just because, again, I mean, with championship overload, there became wrestling overload. I mean, you got to consider
yeah.
at one point we had Raw, SmackDown, NXT, NXT UK 205
Mm-hmm.
Live, and that's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of wrestling in 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
I just
bro, yeah.
just when I saw it. But what I do need to go do is watch a couple of their takeover pay-per-views when it was just
Yeah.
NXT. I need to
Yeah.
go
I
and do
bet those are crazy.
plus the British
And
fans go hard, like we talked about.
that's what I'm saying. Like they need to have more stuff in Britain, bro.
X.
Yeah. And bro, even now, it's so much wrestling. It's Raw, NXT, AEW on Wednesdays. If you watch Impact on Thursdays. Then you have Friday Night SmackDown. After that is Rampage. Then on Saturday, it's Collision. Then sometimes there's a PLE on Saturday or Sunday. It's
Not to
just like,
mention, isn't there NXT Level Up? I see that on YouTube.
oh yeah, that's like I think it comes on Peacock maybe after Smack. I'm not too sure, but it's like the dark matches for NXT, I guess. Like the
I
new
see.
people that have just gotten into the Performance Center.
Gotcha.
But yep. After that, it's the Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley non-title match. Dude, like I hope we get Ripley versus Raquel at SummerSlam, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Maybe payback. But right now, like Ripley hasn't really been doing anything besides like being Dominic's hype person.
I mean, she's getting a lot of screen time, but she's not
Yeah,
really
that's what I'm
doing
saying.
anything as
She's not
the
really,
women's champion.
yeah. And then I don't know if you've seen everything about the AEW women's division, and people are like they need to treat them better, blah 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 blah.
I've seen it.
It's been so much drama, bro, so much. And like honestly, both brands aren't doing a great job at their women's division, but AEW really isn't doing a good job. And so like there's really been like really, really bad outrage. But we're getting into the women's division more when we talk about SmackDown.
Right.
But yeah, this match it never started because Rhea ended up dang, where my notes go? Yeah, Rhea ended up attacking Morgan from behind and yeah, like it was a crazy attack. She hit Morgan from behind and then like there was a work on her arm and Liv Morgan was like she was acting really good. She made it seem like Rhea broke her arm. But yeah, Liv Morgan sobbing in pain as the trainers try to stabilize her. And it was really just a thing to show Rhea's dominance over again.
Apparently, Liv Morgan is hurt too, just like Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But what's actually wrong with her?
That I don't know. I didn't read too much into it.
Yeah. So maybe this was their way to write her off TV.
Yeah.
But this is like
Honestly,
Rhea's second attack. She's just going crazy, huh?
just kind of bold to Brock Lesnar a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Crazy.
I was gonna say though, I still would love to see a Raquel Rhea feud, but
Same.
I think Liv should dethrone Rhea.
Okay, that's a hot take.
I wouldn't be opposed to Raquel dethroning her, but
I just think Liv needs more of an serious edge. Like I need to take her serious more, you know?
right.
Because right now she still kind of has that like adolescent like presentation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think her women's championship run last year was just cut too short because
Yeah,
Ronda
they
didn't
did
want
her
to.
dirty, bro.
Yeah, I mean, so I just think a solid match with Rhea and just beat her would kind of get her back up and like just relevancy.
Yeah,
Not that she isn't relevant now because she is. I mean, Liv is over with the fans and she has been for a
yeah.
while. But to your point, I think just add a little bit of aggressiveness to her character. It might be cutting promos, to be honest with you. Like, I remember when Rhea came in, I think it was last week on Raw, interrupted her and Raquel. Just like Liv doesn't stutter, but I think we've talked about it
Mm-hmm.
before. Like, make me believe. Make me
That's what I'm
believe in
saying.
you.
Yeah,
Make me
yeah.
believe that you're being genuine right now. Which I'm gonna say
Mm-hmm.
the same thing about Ricochet in a minute. But yeah,
Yes,
I see what you're
bro.
saying.
That's another one.
I wouldn't be opposed to either or Raquel or Liv, but we
Yeah,
definitely
I
gotta have a
just
Raquel Rhea feud.
yeah, but the Raquel feud, we need like serious Raquel, like not the smiley hee ha
Facts.
ha ha Raquel.
Yeah.
But yeah, and people are saying they either want to see Liv, Raquel, or Becky. But obviously Becky's tied up right now. But supposedly rumors are saying they're trying to do Becky versus Rhea at Mania next year.
Yeah.
Which,
I'd personally still like to see Becky versus Ronda because we haven't gotten that.
bro, I don't. Ronda Rousey can. It's wraps for her, bro. It's done. She even knows it's done. There's been reports saying that she's doing gonna do a fight at UFC 300.
Well, I might have to watch that then. So
Yeah, but
okay, I don't
then
want to get
after
down the
that, oh
rabbit
no, you're
hole.
good. You're good.
I'm sorry, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but now I'm thinking, what are the odds that Brock tries and fights at UFC 300? Because he did come back for UFC 200.
Oh, especially with the Endeavor deal might be finalized by then and everything.
Yeah.
I just don't know if Brock has the desire to. I think he just wants to show up, make money, and go home. Like I don't think he wants to actually put his
Yeah,
body through. Like you know what I mean?
that's true. Yeah, that's
Like
true. And I mean, and
yeah,
I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong saying this, but Brock is getting a little older. I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
Again, I'm not super educated on UFC. I've only known the big names, but I don't
Mm.
know how old is too old in the UFC.
Bro, I would.
WWE, there can be a bit of an exception.
Yeah, I think UFC they don't go past like their early 40s at most. I think that's even pushing it. Yeah.
But we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. It could be like one of the like how we talk about The Rock coming back to WWE. It could be like one of those type things, you know?
No, sure.
After that, replays are showing Valhalla spearing Maxine Dupree through a table, showing like the Viking Raiders match, and then we see Maxine Dupree and Alpha Academy backstage. Gable says no one knows what a Viking rules match is. How about they have an academy match? Maxine Dupree tells Valhalla that she's embarrassed her multiple times. Just because Valhalla got one up on her doesn't mean she's fallen off. Dupree then challenges Valhalla to a match next week, and it will be Dupree's first singles match. I don't know about you, bro, but I'm excited to see her in-ring debut. And that's not a
Yeah.
sarcastic excitement. That's just me
I,
wanting to see what she can actually do in the ring.
like I kind of am too. She won me over in the match last week with the crossbody and then the thank you and just how I mean, I don't know. There's something about that moment went a little hard for me, and
Yep,
I can't
yep,
even lie
yep.
to you. I was like, dang, I kind of wish that Alpha Academy was wrestling this week.
Facts. Let me get my refresh my joint. Next was Logan Paul returns to confront Ricochet. So I know you had some thoughts about this, including Ricochet's like promo and everything, which I'm on the same page as you. Ricochet makes his entrance. He asks where Logan Paul is, and it's time for him to show his stupid face. First of all, the Ricochet's word choice, like I get they're still trying to be kind of, but then again, no, because whatever Logan Paul said was even crazier. Like, so Ricochet just backs himself into a corner by saying corny stuff, honestly.
Yeah, so I think Ricochet is getting better, like baby steps. Like he's not stuttering, you know. I mean, he's not,
Yeah.
rambling his words, but he's not speaking from here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the problem. I mean, yes, the
Yeah.
word choice is cringe. I mean, like that goes without being said, but he's not speaking from here. I mean, Roman speaks from the chest, from the heart, from the gut. You know what I mean?
Gunther speaks from the chest.
Drew is so
Yeah.
natural with it at this point,
Mm-hmm.
which I have thoughts a little bit on that later, but I'm like, you gotta believe. I don't know if this is the problem, and I don't want to come off so critical because we don't know how hard it is to cut a promo in front of those fans, but
Yeah. True, true,
just
true.
believe in yourself and make me believe.
Yeah. If you believe in yourself, I promise you will believe too. And then he didn't even make it any better by saying Logan Paul doesn't belong here because he's an arrogant little prick. Like, bro, what are we in fifth grade? Like, bro, like you just sound corny.
It made it a
But
little edgy, but yeah, I mean, for once, I'm like, yeah, cussing really wasn't
yeah,
necessary in
it
this
was
case.
just cringe. I don't know. Then Paul blindsides Ricochet from behind and happily shrugs. Paul looks like he's recording or on IG Live or something like that, and he accepts the challenge. And then he points to a guy and tells him he'll make him famous, and says the guy needs to get laid and calls him a stupid virgin. Then Paul turns into a super kick from Ricochet. Ricochet hits him with the standing shooting star press before picking up the phone, and Ricochet holds it up and says, "We'll see him at SummerSlam." And then we see Paul suffering from the attack from Ricochet. Bro,
Ricochet keeps getting the best of him in terms of moves, but Paul's
no, for
winning every time
sure.
on the mic. So,
Yeah, bro, Paul, he's just such a natural heel. Like he just knows
oh
what
yeah,
to say, when to say it. Like, do you see what Ric Flair said
very
about him?
no.
Ric Flair said that if Paul was a full-timer, he'd be better than 70% of the like full-time guys now, which honestly I can't argue with, bro.
That's yeah. I can argue that.
Like,
I mean,
yeah,
how fast he's picked up on everything and how he puts on good
facts.
matches and cutting promos with confidence. Yeah, Triple H is right. He has no right to be as good as he is, even as a part
Yeah,
timer.
yeah. After that, Jackie Robin's backstage with Shayna Baszler, and she asks how she feels about going on with Ronda Rousey. Baszler's asked she's sick and tired of that name. To have Rousey's name brought up with everything she's done, she can't handle it. They're gonna have to settle this without words. They'll settle this in a language only Ronda Rousey can understand. At SummerSlam, she'll fight Ronda. So they're kind of hinting at a fight pit match or some sort of match in that degree or caliber.
I think Fight Pit makes the most sense, but I would not be opposed to a steel cage.
Mm-hmm.
I remember back 2020 for COVID hit when Shayna like just wiped the floor of that elimination chamber match to face Becky, right? Was it Becky at WrestleMania that year?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I think
want to
so.
say,
I think
yeah,
so. Yeah. And pretty positive. And I remember like in the promo for that match, like Shayna was saying, like, this is a type of cage. I thrive
mm-hmm,
in those cages, like cages because of my, career and history. So
mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be opposed to either or, but I think Fight Pit makes the most sense. And I
Yeah,
no offense to Riddle and Rollins, and I mean because that was a good match too, the Fight Pit, but that excites me more if they do this, just because they both have MMA backgrounds
yeah,
versus only
background.
Riddle had an MMA background, not Seth.
Yeah, they'll both be able to thrive in that environment and feed off each
Right.
other. After that, we see Damian Priest come to the ring, commercial break. But before the next match starts, we see a Mad Logan Paul walking backstage with Byron Saxton. Paul says he's coming to Raw next week to pop Ricochet's stupid bald head off. I believe him. So this next we get Senior Money in the Bank versus Apollo Crews. This match was it was a squash match, bro. In my notes I said basically squash win for Priest.
I feel bad for Apollo, man.
Yeah,
He's
he had
too
a
athletic, you know.
he's too athletic to be getting what he's given, you know.
Yeah, I mean, just came in at the wrong time when Vince was still in power.
Bro, we haven't like where's Johnny Gargano, bro? Like,
Hasn't he been injured?
no, I don't know. He's just been off of TV, I think.
I thought he got injured back to like Elimination Chamber around WrestleMania season.
Because you remember he had the match at Stand and Deliver against Grayson Waller, and that
Yeah,
was WrestleMania weekend.
I swear I thought he got injured.
He might have been, but he just I don't know, bro. There's a lot of people that just haven't been used, bro.
Yeah.
Like even on the SmackDown side, which we'll get into, because I have some stuff to say about that. Like the OC,
Mhm.
bro, dude. Next, dude, we get my favorite person, Gunther. He goes face to face with Drew McIntyre. Imperium stands in the ring awaiting Drew McIntyre, and makes his way to the ring. McIntyre says he's heard what Gunther had to say when he issued his challenge. McIntyre is ready to fight, so they can do this right now. So Drew doesn't want to wait. The champion Gunther says after all this happens, he wants to fight for the title tonight. McIntyre dares him to. Gunther says he'll put prestige back on this title and raise it to the prestige level it has not seen before. It is unacceptable to defend the title in front of these degenerates, says Gunther. Gunther sees why McIntyre connects with these people just because, like them, McIntyre doesn't get anything done. Now that was a bar, bro. McIntyre just doesn't get anything done in his life. McIntyre failed at Clash at the Castle, and Gunther embarrassed him at WrestleMania. If McIntyre wants to ride his coattails and he accepts, he'll humiliate him at SummerSlam. Bro, he's just so good on the mic. Like,
Confident.
and he's only just gonna get better, bro. Like when you listen to him, you believe what he's saying.
Mhm.
He's so like regal and official. It's like, yo, he feels important. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then, on that note, to continue to analyze it. I remember you and I once not talked on here, but personally talked about, or at least I think we did on just on the phone. Drew doesn't really have a character, which is true. Like, yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
has his nicknames, but he doesn't really have a character or gimmick. But again, to play devil's advocate, Drew also talks with confidence. He does speak from the heart. He's still getting
Yeah.
reactions out of the crowd, and he's speaking with
Yeah.
confidence and energy too. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Drew's not failing in that department, whether he has a character or not.
Yeah. I heard I was listening to Busted Open Radio.
No.
Oh, it's Dave LaGreca, Bully Ray, Tommy Dreamer, and all them. They have a radio station talk about wrestling. And Bully Ray was saying that because obviously the fans are behind McIntyre, but they still feel like something's missing. You know what I mean? It's like something's missing to get him back to that main event spot. And Bully Ray suggested that they have someone like a mega heel talk about how when he first was brought into WWE, he was supposed to be the chosen one, and then you failed, you got fired. Something just to really make the fans get behind him. And he suggested like it has to be someone that people like hate completely. And he said Vince McMahon. And I was like, if I saw Vince McMahon on the TV and like belittling Drew McIntyre, I would be for that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Well,
that would be great.
especially because Vince was the one
The
that
one who
anointed
chose
him.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as the chosen
Mm-hmm.
one.
Like
So
imagine Vince, like, I can't believe I chose you. You failed me. Like, bro,
Yeah, I know we joke about Vince kind of running around about it, but I'm sure Vince can still cut a promo.
that's
So
what I'm saying. Bro, he
yeah,
definitely can.
yeah.
He's been itching to.
I can know that. Yeah.
Yeah. So after they go back and forth, uh Ludwig Kaiser takes exception with how McIntyre is speaking to the ring general. McIntyre says he actually likes Kaiser. He's got more charisma than Gunther. Kaiser's more exciting than Gunther, and Kaiser should be the leader of Imperium, he says. Kaiser will not stand here and listen to him disrespect Imperium. McIntyre says Gunther isn't going to do anything about it. They're both dressed to go. They should fight. Kaiser gets in his face, so McIntyre says they need a referee. So they set up Ludwig versus Drew McIntyre, which, bro, it was a pretty good match. Like, Kaiser can wrestle. Like, he's so underrated. Him and Vinci, honestly. Obviously, they're overshadowed by Gunther, but that's kind of their job right now. But honestly, the main takeaway out of this was Corey Graves doing the Ludwig Kaiser impressions. Did you
Mhm.
hear that?
I don't think I did, but for me, a takeaway was that counter that Ludwig had on the initial Claymore kick, the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
kick. I
yeah,
was like, that was cold.
yeah. Bro, he used to put on bangers in NXT, dog. Like, I just wish that they would get more time in the ring. Like, I wish we just got something that we could just see matches. You know what I mean? Just like, I don't even know, but like I just miss that like wrestling feeling. You know what I mean? But Drew wins that match. He gets the pinfall. And then on this we see Jackie Redmond's backstage with Ronda and Shayna Baszler. Obviously we know that she said she wants to fight at SummerSlam. Ronda Rousey said Baszler can't challenge her to a fight. Anytime she's in a fight, she is the fight, or it's the fight. Ronda Rousey accepts her challenge. And after that, we get to the main event, which wasn't really a match. It wasn't a match. It was a contract signing between Finn and Seth. So we see Finn Balor makes his way to the ring to go to the contract signing. And Finn Balor standing in the ring. Balor says WWE official Adam Pearce was supposed to oversee this contract signing, but because of all the chaos caused by Rhea and the attack on Liv, he won't be able to be there. And the crowd just starts singing Seth Rollins' music as always. And Balor, you can see him get upset. He says he and Rollins are professionals and can sign this contract alone. Seth Rollins gets to the ring. Rollins gets to the ring and gyrates a bit. Rollins like the crowd continues to sing his song. Rollins picks up the pin inside the contract. Rollins turns the folio around and slides it to Balor before sitting down and putting his feet on the table. Balor takes the pin and he thinks about it before angrily looking at Rollins. Rollins says that Balor has figured out what everyone known for a long time. Balor has absolutely zero chance of walking out of SummerSlam as a world heavyweight champion, which I think is false. I think Seth's gonna win, bro. I mean, I think Finn's gonna win, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't want to say it to predictions, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
But while we
Mm-hmm.
said that, and this is actually a detail I was going to analyze anyway, I think Seth low key spoiled what's to come at SummerSlam.
Oh, for
I think
sure,
Finn, I think Finn wins and Damian Priest cashes in.
bro. I hope Finn wins. I don't want Damian Priest to cash in right away. Please, God, no. Like, do you just not care about Finn at all? Like, is this what he's waited 7 years for? Like, I know it's a story and I know we're acting, but like, bro, that title probably does mean something to Finn. You know what I mean?
Right, and I hear you, but Damien does that. Finn gets kicked out. Finn becomes a face again. Finn becomes a chaser again. What you just said, 7 years, full
Bro,
circle
I
is
don't
set.
want.
World, but they can build it back up, and then Finn could win the feud and win it back from Damian Priest. And I feel like that could get Finn back up, like for the fans are truly behind him again, like they used to be when Vince kept doing him dirty. I hear what you're saying. I would not be opposed to Finn winning, holding it for X amount of time, and then Damian Priest cashes in. But I think here, I really think that doing what Seth implied and talked about, that'll get people behind Finn.
Yeah, you're right. You're
You're
right.
right.
I just don't. I mean, I don't mind face Finn, but I think heel Finn's way better.
I agree. I mean, okay, how about this then? Bring back NXT face Finn. Because yes, he was a face then,
Okay.
but
Okay. Yeah.
he was still
Yeah.
had a little aggression when he needed it, right? Granted, he
Mm-hmm.
was using the demon. I don't know if we're ever gonna see the demon again. I personally love the demon, but um we'll see, man. I mean, again, we've been talking about it since we started this thing the first episode. There's a story there with the money in the bank within the judgment
Yeah.
day. So it's just all gonna be about execution and their plan.
Yeah. And the crowd keeps singing Rollins' song. Rollins says miracles happen every day, but if Balor is a better man, his title reign will be shorter than his Universal title reign was because Balor's boy Damian Priest will cash in on him after the match right then and there. And no, you see Balor kind of just like think about it like, dang, that really could happen. And then Rollins and Balor know because they would do the same thing to him. Rollins tells Balor to keep chasing the ghost. SummerSlam will not be the coronation of the Judgment Day. SummerSlam will be the end of the Judgment Day. Balor smiles at Rollins and signs a contract. Then Balor says to Rollins, he thinks you think you're so smart and you have it all figured out. Rollins thinks he runs this place, but he doesn't. The Judgment Day runs Monday Night Raw now. Rollins says if Balor loses, he'll lose. He also said if he wins, he loses. Balor says he's been losing for 7 years. Senor Money in the Bank, Damian Priest, they all come to the crowd, jump through the ramp, and then they surround the apron. But I want to talk about what Balor was trying to describe what he felt like these past 7 years. He said that Rollins has been a 7 year itch that he can't get rid of. And he says at SummerSlam, he'll make Rollins his 7 year. Yep. And I thought that was a pretty good line by Balor. It made me believe the aggression and everything he had inside him.
Right. I like
And
how I think Seth kind of got taste of his own medicine, like the Shield,
yeah,
so
uh-huh.
starting the
Yeah.
ring.
Yeah. I thought of that too. I was like, yo, this is what the Shield used to do.
Mhm.
So someone definitely had to think about that. But yeah, they all surrounded the ring. Rollins flips the table, hits Priest in the head before attacking Balor. Then they all basically gang up on Rollins. Priest hits his finisher. Dom hits the frog splash. Finn hits the coup de grace. And then Rhea's just cheering him on, standing there like she always does. But yeah, and Raw ended up going over 5 minutes. Did you see that? Like
Oh, like it
they
went up.
went over the time like 5 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. I don't know if that was intentional, but I guess they might wanted to see how many people would stay after.
Hmm.
But yeah, so basically Rollins is just left sitting there after being attacked by the Judgment Day and Finn standing over him. And I do believe that this is what we'll see come SummerSlam.
I agree.
But it wasn't a crazy Raw. It was okay. Did it feel like the last 4 or 5 weeks? Yeah. But hopefully after SummerSlam we get a nice reset and we get to see some new and better stories come out of it. Let's move to
Anyhow,
SmackDown now. Yep.
yeah, I was gonna say on SmackDown.
Yep. All right, so SmackDown kicks off. Jey Uso's in the ring. Then he's interrupted by Roman Reigns. The fans chanting Uso. Roman tells the crowd to acknowledge him. It's just the same stuff, the same stuff. The main takeaways from this was Roman was like, do you know why they call you main event Jey Uso? Do you know why you were in main events in the first hand, why you were brought to this level? It's all because of me, all because of me. What makes you think you can beat me? Roman said, and then Jay was like, because I already beat you. And that was just like a crazy line because he's not wrong.
I don't want to get too black and white about it. I mean, it's still a tag match, but he did kind of, I don't want to say correct himself, but he said, I pinned you,
Yeah.
which is true. So I mean, like, I get what Jay was getting across. I have a quick question for you about this segment. And I noticed it a little
Hmm.
bit too, like last week in the segment with the contract. Is Jay still a little afraid of Roman?
Bro, I don't know if I don't think he's afraid of Roman. I think that he's afraid of the responsibility of being the tribal chief if he does win. I don't know if he wants all that baggage, you know?
Is does the lay corrupt? Remember I asked
Yes,
that.
bro, it does, bro. It does. We need to write a whole research paper on does the lake corrupt? A whole argumental paper on does the lake corrupt?
Look at the whole dynasty and see like every world champion in this
Uh-huh.
family and like how the
Yeah.
like hey Yokozuna, he was a heel when
Mm-hmm.
he was a world champ.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
Mm-hmm. And one of the other things Roman says was, your younger brother respects me more than he respects you, Jay. And then he was kind of speaking on Solo's behalf, and you just kind of see Solo like the tension's still building. I eventually think Solo's gonna turn, bro. I don't know if it's gonna be at SummerSlam, but and I'm also hoping we see some sort of the elders because they've been teasing the elders, but we haven't seen them on screen.
me do too. I really thought that this summer, going into the Bloodline Civil War, especially, would have been such a good opportunity to bring Rikishi back, even if it was just
Mm-hmm.
for one show.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see a segment with Roman and Rikishi, which, if I remember correctly from doing my research on their family, I think Roman and Rikishi are actual cousins. Roman and the Usos are second cousins, but they're
Yeah,
around the
that's how
same
it
age.
is. Yeah, they're around the
Yeah,
same age. Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah, but Roman and Rikishi are actually first
Yeah.
cousins.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
family regardless. I mean, it really doesn't matter. But I mean, I would have liked to see that. But yeah, I mean, elders have to be there in my mind
That's what I'm
because I mean,
saying.
because this is gonna sound a little dark, but I mean, but they're the oldest ones that are still alive. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously, everyone's looking up to them. No one's looking to Peter Maivia anymore, because he's not
Yeah.
here, right? They're looking to the elders. The elders
Mm-hmm.
anointed Roman. But
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to see the elders and Rikishi there.
Yeah. I think Rikishi's the elder, bro, because he's like in
Yeah,
his 50s. I feel like he's
that's
considered
true.
the elder. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And then after that, we see Jay walking backstage. But after that whole promo segment, Roman's kind of put off. He's like contemplating whether or not he can actually beat Jay. And then we see Jay walking backstage. Grayson Waller stops him. Grayson Waller's like, we could have the biggest Grayson Waller show effect, blah, 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 his regular stick. Jay Uso acts like he's going along with it. Then he's like laughing, then he puts on a straight face. I thought that was funny. And he smacks Grayson Waller. And then they get eventually put into a match that later tonight for the main event. But the first match of the night was the United States Championship Invitational, Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar. Bro, this match, even with how it ended, it served no purpose. It literally served no purpose. Like, at least have Santos win or Ray win, but for it to be, I didn't know that it wasn't a work at first, and then I checked Twitter and they were like, "Yeah, it was a work." I was like, "Bro, what?" I was like, "What was the point of doing all this just to have this match end in a referee stoppage?"
Okay, so he wasn't actually injured.
No,
Oh,
bro,
okay, I
no.
was about to say
That
because
really
I
made me
thought if
mad, bro.
right, like, because if he was, I don't know the referee's name. She wouldn't even win over and
Jessica
told the
Carr.
announcer. Jessica Carr, yeah, Jessica wouldn't even win over and told him that. I think she would have just did
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
what they do, because that's when they do.
Hmm.
Usually they do that when it's a throw injury. I know sometimes they'll do that, to go along the storyline, but
Yeah.
no, they have good chemistry. They have to
That's
have
what
good
I'm
chemistry,
saying.
and like so. I mean, they could have at least put on a relative banger for SmackDown. Like make you're still fighting for the opportunity to fight for a championship.
Yeah.
Make it worth something. I mean, LA Knight should still be there, and I'm sure we're gonna rant about that again today, but
Yeah, for sure.
at least make it worth their time and our time. But yeah, I mean, at this point, Santos was the right person to win, and at this point, I hope Santos in theory put on a banger. I mean, the
And
US title needs to go somewhere else regardless. So
bro, like, but the thing is, they're not even doing the match at SummerSlam. They're doing it in 2 weeks, the Friday after SummerSlam. It's not going to be a SummerSlam match. It's like, what really was the point of this, bro? Like, honestly, it makes no sense, dude.
They actually announced that? It's in 2
Yes,
weeks?
yes, 2 Fridays. Yes, not even at SummerSlam, dude.
Okay, well then everybody's being done dirty.
That's what
Uh,
I'm saying. And I was like listening, and it was like listening to like one of the podcasts I listened to, and they were like, obviously Ray wants Santos to be the like the big Latino baby face, you know, but I guess backstage management doesn't see that in him, or else they would have him beat Ray clean. You know what I mean?
mm,
But I'm just
okay. Now that makes me wonder if Theory's gonna win.
That's what I'm saying. People are speculating that Theory's just gonna keep the belt, but where do we go from here? This belt already doesn't mean anything. Like, bro, there was one
Well,
solution.
they're
LA
making
Knight.
but they're making it mean less
That's what I'm
because
saying, bro.
not putting it on SummerSlam.
Yeah, dude.
See,
I don't get it.
this is where I side with CM Punk on
Yeah,
this. How do you expect people to get better if you don't give them a chance?
yep. And the people who get over, you don't want to officially put them over. Like they love not putting people over who get over on their own. They want to be the ones who pick that the people you should
Right.
like.
Yeah,
But I don't know, man.
they didn't want to pick Daniel Bryan. Well, the fans forced them to pick
Yep.
Daniel Bryan. I hope they forced them to pick LA Knight, quite frankly. I hope that they
Same,
succumb
bro.
to that and they humble themselves and prove we were wrong. This is the guy for now. So
Yep.
obviously Daniel Bryan got injured and didn't become like the true face of the company, but regardless, he had his moment and he deserved it. But I hope they do the same for LA Knight. Even if it's just LA Knight win the United States Championship eventually, it's still
Yeah,
I
and
know he'll make
bro,
that title prestigious.
yeah, and we'll get into that later. But what they're doing with him is just we'll get into that. We'll get into that. But we cut backstage. Kayla's with Bianca Belair and the women's tag team champions, Chelsea and Sonya. And then we see Charlotte come in. And the moral of the story is Charlotte wants to have a tag match with Bianca against Sonya and Deville, a non-title match. I don't I don't know why they did this, bro. Because Vince McMahon loves to put champ or like contenders together. Can they coexist before their big championship match? Ooh, you know what I mean? And it's like, why even put the tag champs in that position if you know you're gonna have them lose anyway? That just devalues the belt even more.
I thought they booked themselves into a corner with that. I really think the
Yeah,
right decision would have been have the champs win.
yeah.
I mean, because
Or just have it end in a no DQ, you know?
yeah, I guess, but like I again book themselves into a corner, but I would go with the champs, but like have them lose because Bianca and Charlotte couldn't get along
Yeah,
because
they're just
they're so
fighting. Yeah.
focused. Yeah, they're so focused on their match at SummerSlam.
Hmm.
I mean, their match is on lock, and I think Asuka's going to retain anyway. So I mean, they don't need to look
Yeah.
strong. But
Bro, I don't, bro, SummerSlam prediction gonna be crazy because, dude, yeah. All right. After that, we see Hit Row in the ring. This is not what I want to see on my TV, bro. But once I saw Hit Row, I was like, okay, we're most likely getting LA Knight because nowhere they're just gonna have Hit Row do something because they probably saw how well that pre-show Hit Row segment performed. They're like, we need to put this on TV. Duh, y'all need to put this on TV. But yeah, Hit Row's talking in the ring, doing their little thing. Then we hear LA Knight's music play. We hear it drop. And bro, I tweeted this. I believe this is gonna be what it is in like a year or two, we're going to be talking about this. Hearing LA Knight's music hit is getting reminiscent of like hearing Austin's glass shatter. Like you hear the L ain't true, and the crowd just goes crazy.
yeah, I mean, we keep talking about. I don't care who is it. Kevin Nash. I don't care what Kevin Nash said. He's a
Yeah, no
knockoff
one
Ron
cares about him,
Cross.
bro.
Yeah, I mean, well, respect him, of course, but
Respect
like,
him, respectfully, no one cares about him.
right.
Respectfully.
But like Kevin, my guy, do you not know that some things from the past are taken and molded into the present?
Yeah,
That's how
facts.
wrestling works. Sometimes WWE and wrestling in general does recreate history. Sometimes predictability does help, but we've said it before. LA Knight has taken elements from Steve and Dwayne and made it into his own. I see
Facts.
no problem with that personally.
Me neither, bro. And obviously
No.
it's working. Like, why are you like, bro? He maybe Kevin Nash is just mad he never got the pops LA Knight is getting.
When Pug said it's like They click through their TV screens just like your knees now. Click, click, click.
He is
No,
old,
I mean,
bro.
but
He is
no, in
old.
all seriousness, Kevin Nash,
Respect, respect,
respect.
but
You got
respect, but
respect.
like, bro, know your place. Respect though. LA Knight walks to the ring. He says, "Let me talk to you." He says he knew Will Smith was in the game, but he didn't know Uncle Phil became a rapper, which
That
was
was
funny.
funny,
That was
bro.
funny, bro. That was
That was
funny.
funny.
He's so good, bro. Like he says, "Who's hotter than Top Dollar?" Well, a lotta. LA Knight tells them that the B-Fab is looking at him with B-Fab's the girl in Hit Row. And LA Knight says she has a tingle in her loins and that she's horny for LA Knight. And bro, the crowd loved that. And then he said, but business is pleasure, and the business is with Ashante, which is a third guy in Hit Row, or a second person. I mean, second guy, but third person in Hit Row.
Yeah.
And a lot of people claim to be undeniable and inevitable, but he lives it, says LA Knight. And he can be the next to get dropped on his head by the megastar with everybody saying LA Knight. Yeah. So we get LA Knight versus Ashante. And it was a short match. LA Knight got the win, obviously. I would hope he would get the win. Lord. But LA Knight hits the yeah. LA Knight wins by hitting the BFT. I'm gonna be honest, it's a hot take. I don't like the BFT. I think it looks kind of weak, bro.
Yeah, I can see why you say that. I'm in the
Yeah.
middle on it. I was gonna say this though. Well, I mean, I guess with that being said, that elbow he does is kind of weak. I mean, the only thing he has on is
Oh
just
yeah.
the
Now
jump, the knee.
that's pure rock, bro.
Oh yeah,
But
100%. But like,
but people love it.
true. But that's the difference. That like he just jumps up and does it.
Hmm.
But regardless, what I was gonna say was it seemed like LA Knight was feeling it. I mean, he got a little up there
Yeah.
on the jump. He was
Hmm.
running and then, like BFT, Blood Force Trauma. I mean, he went into it.
Yeah.
It looked like he was feeling it.
Maybe it just depends on who's taking it, like
Yeah,
who can sell it the best.
that's true.
Yeah, because it is kind of like a modified stunner cutter thing.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this just for hope. WWE management is clearly thinking something relatively positive of him if
Yeah.
he's still getting TV time and if he got this win. I mean, he
Yeah.
ever since Money in the Bank, he's still been getting TV time.
You're right. And I did hear people say that Vince McMahon has grown a liking to him, but I guess they're just waiting for the right time to push him.
I have faith in Papa H. I mean, he said after Money in the Bank that his time is coming. I mean, he just didn't say when. We're impatient. We want to see it now, but
Yeah.
maybe something better else is in store.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right, so we come back from commercial break and we see the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. They're sitting together backstage. And bro, whatever they're teasing with this new stable, I'm here for it.
Here for it
Basically,
too.
yep, basically Bobby Lashley said the Street Profits, he comes with high regards from Carmelo and Trick that he should take the Street Profits on. And he says that they should all be treated like stars and should dress like stars. And then both him and Montez Ford look at Angelo Dawkins because Angelo Dawkins is the only one who doesn't dress nice. And then Lashley says, "Don't worry. He has nothing against the sweats, but he has something more fitting." A lady comes with the rack with a whole bunch of new suits, and Lashley tells them it's on them, it's on him, and they all shake hands. So it looks like there's a business deal in the making, and I'm hoping we get this new stable.
Do her business. I'm hoping for it.
Yep. The next thing was Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair. They had the tag match with Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. This match was pretty short. It basically ended with Bianca and Charlotte got the win, but Bianca was about to hit, I think it was Chelsea with the KOD. But Charlotte made a blind tag. Bianca didn't realize. Then Charlotte ended up getting the pinfall to win, and they got into like a little argument after that. But it just made Chelsea and Sonya look so like they got buried, bro. Like that's all it is. They got buried.
Charlotte was getting positive reactions from the crowd and being excited. So, I mean, that was kind of cool. But something I thought that was a little cringe was I think when Bianca took a kick, Charlotte was like this, like
Yeah.
that. I'm like, Charlotte, you literally do the big boot. You've actually won some matches with that. I mean, I don't know why you're reacting that way. Like, this isn't 2010,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man, I just don't like they could have had two other girls that don't get TV time face Charlotte and Bianca. Why are we having them face the women's champions and having the women's champions lose? Like that literally shows that you guys do not care about those belts at all. That's literally what it is.
Like, just get rid of them if you don't know what to do with
That's
this.
what I'm saying, bro. And I was like, people are saying that it might have been they might have punished Chelsea because she's letting Matt Cardona like carry the title around all the indie shows and everything, which I believe WWE would be petty like that. But like, I don't know, man. Have you seen Matt Cardona like post? He's posting with the belts and everything.
I heard something about like all the belts that he
Yeah,
has. I haven't looked too much into it, but I heard something.
yeah. But the thing is, he said he wants back into WWE, but he said he wants it on his own terms, like Cody Rhodes. You know, like he wants to be Matt Cardona, not Zack Ryder.
Well, I kind of like Zack Ryder, not gonna lie.
Oh, really, bro? Matt
Yeah.
Cardona, he's made a name for himself. He's like considered the king of the indies right now.
Okay, well then I'm sure it'll grow on me. I mean, like he's very athletic and charismatic,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
I'm sure it'll grow on me.
So yeah, Charlotte and Flair get the win. Then they cut backstage as Bailey and Io are standing. Io asked Bailey why she left her last week. Bailey says she didn't leave her. She went to go get the valet, which she didn't. She was scared of Shotzi. She says Shotzi got her to her stuff. Got to her stuff. Bailey opens up her bag and sees there's a paper by Shotzi saying, "See you soon." This match, if we're gonna get it, has been delayed for like weeks, bro. They're just like building it and building it up, but like no one really like Shotzi's been wrestling on at the live events. Like, hasn't she been on TV?
Um, I don't know, but what I was gonna say was I know Bailey got kind of a minor injury in one of the live events.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know if
she
that's
did.
delayed anything per se, but I mean, obviously she's doing fine, you know, if she was able to come on
Yeah.
TV. So
It wasn't a like she healed from it. It wasn't like a
yeah.
bad injury or anything. But yeah, so they see the note, and then Asuka comes in, and she says she'll face two of the best ever at SummerSlam, and she begins to speak in Japanese. Io speaks in Japanese and tells Asuka that she respects her, but she will be leaving SummerSlam as a WWE Women's Champion as she raises her Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't want to get into who I think is going to win now because we're going to do SummerSlam predictions. But whatever the outcome is, I hope Io cashes in.
I'll say mine later, but
But yeah, okay. Okay. Yep. So we get an announcement next that SummerSlam is having a battle royal that consists of both Raw and SmackDown, and it's going to be the Slim Jim Battle Royal. And bro, what is the actual point of this, bro? Besides Slim Jim wanting a promotion, besides wanting to fill more TV time, not even TV time, PLE time. What is the point of having a Slim Jim Battle Royal with no incentive? The winner just gets nothing as of right now that we know of. Like, do they get a life? I tweeted, I was like, so does the winner get like a life supply of Slim Jims? Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, we cut to a backstage segment of LA Knight telling Adam Pearce that uh after last week he's looking at the biggest misstep, not having the biggest rising star in WWE history be able to get a chance at the United States Championship. So LA Knight basically saying, I like how he kind of acknowledges that they messed up and that he should be the one facing Theory.
mm,
Like he tells Pierce that when he says, I want to be put in the battle royal, which I hope isn't the push that they were talking about. Because bro, this is not a push at all. This is just you threw a dog a bone, a small bone.
I mean, unless if there is an incentive with the battle royal, but as of right now, it's just trash.
Yeah. And Sheamus comes in with the brutes. Him and LA Knight go back and forth. Sheamus does do he does the yeah. And then they set up a match next week. So we'll see LA Knight and Sheamus next week, which I'm hoping it'll be a good match. I don't have a problem with that.
Which
I
might be
just
interesting.
Yeah, I just don't. This like Slim Jim Battle Royal, bro. Like, what are we doing? This is almost as bad as the Mountain Dew Dark match, bro.
It's not as bad as that, but we'll see.
Like,
Like, if it's just a regular battle royal and they're just saying, "Oh, brought to you by Slim Jim," but if there's
dude,
Slim Jim costumes walking around there,
I'm pretty sure that's what it's gonna be. Like, what else would it be? Like, are we gonna get a surprise entrance in the Battle Royal or something? Like, but what is this for? Like, what are we doing this for? Like, that's what I don't understand. But yeah, so after that, we see Kathy Kelly backstage with Grayson Waller. He tells her that he did nothing and did not deserve to get hit with a cheap shot by Jay. But tonight he says Jay will pay for that. He tells her that Jay is stressed with Roman Reigns, and this is the biggest match of his career at SummerSlam that he is not ready, and he's not ready for Waller. So there's a commercial break, and after that, the OC are backstage, and we see Anderson talking about his match against Karrion Kross, and he said it's personal. And he says he needs the OC to just let him go out there alone and handle Cross by himself. So we get Karrion Kross versus Carl Anderson. And bro, I'm a Carl Anderson fan because also I've seen his stuff in New Japan and the stuff he's done when, outside of WWE. And bro, I just like Carl Anderson. And like I like the OC in general. AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Mia Yim. But why are they feeding Carl Anderson to Karrion Kross? Like it was basically a squash match, bro. They make Carl Anderson look so weak. Like those WWE checks must be getting they must be getting paid good money because bro, in New Japan, they had way bigger roles over there.
well, I mean, to answer your question, I mean, he's getting fed to Cross like that because it's just moving their feud forward. I mean, in my mind, this does make sense. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I'm not a huge fan of Carl Anderson, but I like the guy. And I like him and
Yeah.
Luke Gallows. I mean, I think they're a good tag team and a good faction, but it's moving the feud forward. So I mean, this does make sense to me.
Yeah, it makes sense, but like I just feel like Anderson and Gallows could be being used. Like, bro, we have a tag division. Why aren't we using our
Oh,
tag teams? Like them, Alpha Academy, Viking Raiders, why aren't they trying to feud for the belts? You know what I mean? Or like
right.
getting contention for the belts.
I've seen people say, "Oh, they'll split up the belts eventually, or just do one because there's not enough teams." No, there actually is. They're
There
just not being
is.
utilized.
Yeah, there's
Like,
not being
I mean,
used.
the fact that we're complaining and like you just said earlier, oh, there's a lot of guys and on the roster that aren't being used. Yeah, we have the roster to do it. That's why I personally think that the brand, like a true brand split, like when we did it back, I say we did it back in 2016, was perfect because
Yeah.
two separate rosters, and when it was just a Raw or SmackDown pay per view, it was just those men and women on those brands that
Mm-hmm.
had to put on the pay per view, not the collective best of them all. That's what the big four is for, but I don't want to get down that
Mm-hmm.
rabbit hole. But
And bro, quite frankly, I can't get behind Karrion Cross. He's trying his best. Like I know he's trying his best to get across to people, but like, bro, I just can't get behind him. Like he's just boring to me, bro.
I'm gonna say this: I like his new finisher,
Oh yeah, was it the last prayer or something like that? It's
something
called.
like that, like kind of
Yeah.
like a little similar to the F5. I kind of like
Yeah.
that. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the final prayer it's called.
Yeah,
I just can't get behind him. I don't know what it is. But I'm hoping this feud with AJ will make me care about it more. But
yeah.
I just feel like there was more star power on SmackDown for AJ to feud with. Because like, bro, AJ's on his tail end of his career. We need some classic AJ matches before he retires, bro.
Personally, would like to see Styles versus Roman Reigns one more time, but probably not
Yes,
gonna get
bro.
that.
Yes, bro.
Like especially this Roman Reigns. I mean, they already
Yeah.
put on those two good matches when it was the big dog and everybody hated Roman
Mm-hmm.
then. But I mean, the phenomenal one versus the tribal chief, that's a bill right
Mm-hmm.
there for a match.
Facts. I would even love to see like Styles and Cody before he leaves. I want to see another Styles and Shinsuke match before. But yeah, hopefully this helps Karrion Cross, get what we know that he can bring to the table, like the NXT Karrion Cross.
Right.
But after that, we see Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa sitting backstage as Jay's music hits and they watch him walk down to the ring. So next, we're getting Jay Uso versus Grayson Waller. This match wasn't really anything crazy. Grayson Waller really just got, bro. they're trying to build him up. Why they just have him come to just get like lose again? But I get it's Jey Uso, but like if you guys are want to build him into what you guys say you are, this didn't really help at all in my eyes.
He was in the main event of SmackDown, so
Yeah.
um, I think Grayson's gonna be fine.
Yeah, he'll be
I
fine. But
yeah, I
yeah.
mean, but just I'm trying to think the right words. Obviously, certain people need to keep getting wins to stay
Hmm.
strong, but I mean, I don't think it always needs to happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
I
was in
get
the main
that.
event of SmackDown. The match was fine. I mean, obviously, he was more focused on Jay, but I mean, in my mind, it's like, hey, they picked Grayson the main event SmackDown with Jay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think Waller's gonna be fine. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not stressing about him taking the L.
Yeah. I just don't want him to be that guy who like gets like I don't want him to become like the R-Truth. Like he gets big matches, but only because he's like a gimmick and like funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
But during that match, like middle of it, Roman's music hits and Roman comes out. Him and Paul and Solo. Jay's distracted. Waller hits him with the kick to the face. Then we come back from commercial break and Jay takes over and Jay hits Waller. He hits Waller with a spear, bro. He uses the spear.
That went hard.
And he looks at Roman. And then Jay climbs to the top rope, hits Waller with the Uso splash, and he gets the cover for the pin. Jey Uso wins, and then Solo hits Jay from behind, and he begins to stomp on him. Solo lifts Jay up, and he goes for the Samoan spike, but Jay ducks, and he hits Solo with the super kick. Roman gets in the ring, he goes for a spear. Jay ducks, and Jay hits Roman with the spear, and the crowd goes crazy, bro. They love that. And Jay, bro, like you said, Jay's spear is pretty good. Jay climbs to the top rope, but Solo pushes him off. Solo grabs Jay and hits him with the rock bottom. I don't. Yeah, they've been using him and Roman kind of use the rock bottom, the Uranagi, but it's not really used as a finisher, which kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, I think the Uranagi and the Samoan drop too is better than the spike. I get
Yeah.
why the spike is billed as his finisher. And yeah, I mean, Uranagi and the rock bottom are kind of one and the same, but in my mind, like a true Uranagi is like how Bray Wyatt would do it. Like picture me throws you down.
Yeah.
Like rock bottom is going down with you. So Solo is
Yeah.
kind of doing the rock bottom. I think Roman does more of a traditional Uranagi, but I remember even
hmm
at WrestleMania, like Michael Cole called it both. He goes, Roman
Yeah.
Uranagi
Uh-huh.
cover at the rock bottom. I'm like, well, which one is it, Cole? I mean,
Yeah.
like they
They're
obviously
like
are the same, but I mean, but the difference is you're either Uranagi, you are standing up still and throw them down. Rock bottom, you go
mm-hmm.
down with. It.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because after Roman does it a lot, they're like shades of the rock bottom. And I'm like, well, what is it then?
yeah, like
But yeah.
just pick one.
Now Jay White's Uranagi, his Uranagi's tough, bro. He does a
Yeah,
good one.
yeah.
But yeah, Roman gets to his feet and Roman hits Jay with the spear as they do like a spear and spike combination at the same time. And then they stare at Jay, who's on the mat after that. And Roman yells at Jay and tells him that he can't have the world championship. The fans chant, "You got pinned" to Roman. And you see Roman like realization setting in. And then Roman looks at the crowd. He goes to Solo. He tells Solo to pick him up again. And they do the spear and spike combo over again. And then Jay is just left sitting there in pain. And that SmackDown goes off the air. Yep. So,
Some thoughts like before we
mhm.
kind of talk about it collectively. I forgot to mention this sooner back at the first segment. When Solo turns on Roman, I'm going to be very curious as to the why. Because I've seen people online saying how like Solo's eventually going to turn on him because he'll see like Roman, just beating the crap out of Jay, like after they have their
Yeah.
match. And he's like, no, that's my brother. But I thought a lot more about what you said or what you'd like to think see happen
hmm
with Solo turns on Roman and then just goes on his own, like doesn't even associate with himself with the bloodline.
Yeah.
See that's what I'm because well, sorry. Solo's not a face. He's not going to be a face. So
Mm-mm.
like I kind of
Mm-mm.
started to think I'm like if you turn on Roman like, oh, those are my brothers, like I've had enough of your abuse, that's a face thing to do.
hmm
Solo's all business.
Yep.
Solo again should be managed by Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman doesn't manage baby faces in my mind.
Yeah.
Manages
No.
heels or tweeners. And
Yep.
I'm just gonna be very curious to see as to why Solo turns on Roman, and it'll at least the bare minimum be something like shove Solo and then
Mm-hmm.
pop Spike.
Because Solo's not gonna take what Jimmy and Jay took, bro.
Oh no, the soon as that is like I'm honestly surprised Solo's already taken the
Yeah.
no,
Uh-huh.
like in Money in the Bank. I mean, you could see Solo gonna go, oh sorry, my tribal chief, I'll tag you. And like he's like,
Yeah.
and then tag me
Yeah.
in.
That's why my theory is like Solo, he just wants to be, he doesn't care. He just wants to be at the top by all means necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we already talked about. I got your thoughts on if Roman's scared of Solo, which I don't think he is. I think he's just scared of the thought of Solo trying to butt heads with him.
Mm-hmm.
And a little thing I noticed was that Roman slipped at one point, and he caught himself, got back up right before Jay speared him. So kudos to Roman for that because that
Mm-hmm.
sequence could have got messed up. I noticed
Yeah.
that. And again, Roman's good at selling, and he's good at selling his own move
Mm-hmm.
here.
Yeah. And bro, like he's been just this whole storyline has just, like his acting has just been it's been great, bro. Like all of them, bro.
Much
Like
better. Oh yeah.
if you told me like Roman Reigns would be like this, like back in like 2015, I'd be like, yeah, you're tweaking because no, he can't even cut a promo right.
Yeah. And just one little detail I noticed too: Solo cannot hit the spike on Jay on his own terms. He can
Yeah,
only hit the
uh-huh.
spike when they're doing the spike and spear. But like
Yeah.
last
Mm-hmm.
week, flip the table, goes to do it, Roman stopped him. This
Mm-hmm.
week went to do it, but Jay ducked. I mean, like he can't hit the
Mm-hmm.
spike on Jay, which I don't know. That's something small I noticed.
I'm thinking that like maybe they're like foreshadowing, like he's not gonna ever eventually do it on Jay, but he'll do it to Roman.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Because I know everything they're doing is for a particular reason. Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's always been these little details in this whole
Mm-hmm.
storyline.
Mm-hmm. But let's move on to SummerSlam predictions, man, because we'll be
Yeah.
recording the next one
The
after
Sunday after.
SummerSlam, right? Or the
Yeah.
Sunday after? Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So what match do you want to start with?
I pulled up an article right here.
All right, cool.
You can still see me?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just going in the order of this article. So right off the bat, we got Roman versus Jay, tribal
Oh,
combat.
is it the digital I Spy site?
Uh it's just CBS.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna go to that one then. So I can look at it while you're
Gotcha.
wanting to.
Yeah, right off the bat, you got Roman versus Jay Uso, undisputed title, tribal combat. Obviously, I'm going with Roman for the win. I know there's little teases of Jay winning, but I think it's just a tease. One thing though,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want to add this as a bonus prediction, but I'm starting to think, what if Jimmy cost Jay the match?
You know, I heard people think about that, and I could honestly see that happening.
I only say that because like a page I followed on Instagram, they posted just a screenshot of the ending from Edge versus Jeff Hardy at the Royal Rumble 2009 and
Mm-hmm.
how Matt Hardy cost Jeff that match.
Yeah.
So
People are saying they've been wanting to see like a main event match between Jay and Jimmy.
I feel like if they're going to do that, they got to do it at WrestleMania. I mean, you know
Yeah.
that they would want to do it at WrestleMania, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, really, I personally would just rather see just Roman and Jay just slug it out, throw everything at each other. And I personally would like to see Roman win clean. Don't have Solo involved, don't have Paul involved, really don't have Jimmy involved, but don't have the elders involved. That'd be pretty crazy. But I don't know. I'm starting to kind of think, what if Jimmy turns on him? But for sure, prediction: Roman wins and retains.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna say Roman too, but I just know that it's not gonna be a tribal combat, no qualification, same thing, anything goes. I know there's gonna be shenanigans involved, whether it's Solo or we see Jimmy. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna have Jay beat Roman just because I don't think Roman's time is done yet. As As crazy as that sound, it doesn't sound crazy, but like he's been champion for so long, bro. And I think the only way he would drop it is at a Mania. But hey, maybe WWE throws a curveball. We see Solo cost Roman the win, and maybe I don't know, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Roman too.
I've always seen merit in Roman getting dethroned at SummerSlam just because it was 3 years ago at SummerSlam when he returned as this gimmick and his
Yeah.
career obviously took off. But WrestleMania is where things end and where new things begin. So
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's just going to make the most sense.
Yeah.
Cody versus Brock is next. I mean, just straight up, I got Cody winning.
Yeah. I have Cody winning too. I just feel like this match is gonna be underwhelming unless it was like a stipulation. Because like we've
Yeah.
seen Cody, both their matches were underwhelming to me, you know? I just
I mean,
hope
I think
that it's either like a slugfest regular match where like they just go all out, bro, or it's a stipulation.
yeah, I mean, as of right now, we're making these predictions. There's not a stipulation, but
Yeah.
Cody wins. Hopefully, they come up with some creative.
Oh, but I do have a bonus prediction. Uh, there's talks of Bray Wyatt coming back. He's supposed to start a feud with one of the main eventers, so it's either going to be Cody or I think Bray Wyatt or Randy Orton is going to return. One of the two.
Okay, my bonus prediction is that Randy will return.
Okay.
I'd like to see Bray, but I don't know, man. I love Bray,
Yeah,
but Bray's a whole nother
bro.
thing.
I tweeted it and I was like, bro, like it's just getting annoying how he comes and he goes. Like he starts the story and then stops the story. And it's like my attention, like I feel like he has one more good chance. Like as much as I love him, I feel like he has one more like good chance to grasp my attention. But yeah, yeah.
You got World Heavyweight Championship, Seth versus Finn, and I'm gonna go with what Seth said. I got Finn winning, and I think Damian Priest will catch. So two different predictions. The bonus prediction is Damian Priest cashing in, but
Hmm.
I got Finn winning the title.
I have Finn winning too. I feel like WWE would be like they would have Damian cash in right like not even like a minute after, like 20 seconds after, bro. Because you see, they're already teasing it. Like Damien's been looking at the briefcase when as Seth has been on the ground recently and stuff. But yeah, I have Finn winning. I'm not gonna say the bonus prediction that Damien's gonna cash in because I don't want that to happen. But I have Finn winning for sure.
Sure. Got the triple threat match for the women's championship: Asuka versus Bianca versus Charlotte. I just got Asuka winning. I wouldn't be surprised if Io cashes in, but I'm not gonna bonus predict that.
Bro, I'm gonna throw a curveball. I have Charlotte winning because I think WWE just wants to bet on Charlotte because they always just tend to do that. And it seems like the only women they care about are Charlotte, Bianca, and Becky. Like that just seems like the big three. And I feel like they think that Asuka isn't capable of having a credible, not credible, but long title reign just because like I guess they might think the fans can't connect with her in some type of way just because of the language barrier and stuff. But I don't know, man. I really hope they don't do Asuka like this because she literally just got the belt not too long ago, bro. She hasn't even had the chance to have a full reign yet. But just knowing WWE and how Charlotte is literally their like go-to golden child. I feel like they're gonna have Charlotte win, and my bonus prediction will be Io cashes in on Charlotte, and then we get the Io. I wouldn't mind seeing an Io Charlotte feud.
You can get down with that.
Yeah,
Now we got Gunther versus Drew for the IC title. I think it's going to be a banger. I think they can steal the show, and I got Gunther retaining.
yeah. I think this is gonna be sneaky match of the night. Not sneaky because we know both guys are capable of putting on a crazy banger. But yeah, I think this match will be a standout match, and I have Gunther winning. I think they're gonna end up giving Drew the title after the pay-per-view after Gunther breaks the Honky Tonk Man's record because then they want to set Gunther up for like a World Heavyweight Championship run. But yeah, I have Gunther winning.
I can see that for sure. I would like to see Drew have his moment that he unfortunately got robbed of due to COVID,
Yeah,
whether it's the IC title eventually a world title run because I think Drew does deserve that
Mm,
again. Or even hear me out. I mean, but this is going to be eventually because it's on SmackDown, a U.S. title victory because that would make Drew Grand Slam champion. That's the
oh,
only
you're
title
right.
Drew
You're
hasn't
right.
won.
Yeah.
I mean, he won the NXT title before he won the U.S. title.
Yeah. Mm,
So, but not to go down that rabbit hole, but I agree with you. I think Drew will eventually win the IC title again
yeah.
because it's been years since he won that title. He needs another run
Bro,
with
it's
it.
been so long, dude.
Right.
Oh, and bro, to another side note, this is the first time that fans are gonna be able to see Roman versus Jay one-on-one together.
That's true
So
because the
I just,
only
yeah, happened during the
Mhm.
Thunderdome era, or however you want to call it.
Right.
Yeah,
Which I mean, and those matches were they were good as it
bro, they
was.
were
I
great, bro.
Yeah, and which to give a to focus on some positives of the Thunderdome era, I feel like with there being no fans, we could hear more of them talking and telling
Mm-hmm.
the story and focusing on their
Mm-hmm.
character. Not even just on Roman and Jay, but all the wrestlers. Like they
Mm-hmm.
really
Yeah.
got to focus more on their characters at that time.
Yeah, it made it feel like you were actually watching a movie, like or
Right.
like a play, like a theater play or something like that.
Right. Exactly. So I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I mean, match of Clash of Champions was great. Hell in a Cell was cinema. I mean, everyone's
Mm-hmm.
acting was good. I'm excited to see that the match is finally going to end in pinfall or submission because the one thing
Yeah.
I didn't really like about their very first match of Roman's reign was Jay threw in the
Mm-hmm.
towel. I'm like, man, this isn't
Yeah.
boxing; it's WWE.
Yeah.
But the high quid was very creative in the Hell in a Cell match. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And
you're
bro, I feel like this match in itself is gonna take like the last hour. Has to take the last hour up, dude. Because think about the stuff before the match, the building up. Because they always take it slow and they build up to the last like 5 to 10 minutes, and then there's always the aftermath of the match. It's literally like a whole movie in itself, bro. It's like a
oh
whole
yeah.
movie cycle in itself. So I just
So
know that that's gonna take a minute.
and maybe Solo turns on Roman afterwards. We don't know yet, but I mean, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point. And again, not to keep going down this rabbit hole, but that does make me feel a little bad for everybody else on the card because you know that there's going to be like a bathroom break match and like it's probably going
Yeah,
to or
dude.
at least be rushed. So
Yeah.
like everyone that's going to be wrestling deserves their spots, but
Mm-hmm.
it's the storyline in WWE. So I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
it's just
literally the biggest story in wrestling, arguably ever.
right. So next we got Logan Paul. Wait, what did I just do? Logan Paul versus Ricochet. I actually got Logan Paul on this.
Yeah, same. Do I want him to win? I want Logan Paul to get a win, but I don't think Ricochet can afford to lose to Logan Paul because that's just gonna make us not care about Ricochet even more.
True, but yeah, that's true. It's just someone said that recently. It actually might have been Logan himself saying they're booking this match so Logan can get a win. And Logan's
Yeah.
lost 4 straight matches now, if you would include every match, not just one-on-one
Hmm.
matches. But at the same time, Logan doesn't really need a win.
Yeah, he's just a win, and like he's just like if he's there, just bring eyes to the company. So he doesn't necessarily. He's
Right.
people are still gonna hate him either way.
But at the same
Ricochet can't.
time,
No, you're good.
sorry, I'm just gonna say, but at the same time, it's like, how do we still take him seriously if he doesn't get a
If
few
he
wins?
never
That's what's tough.
wins, yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah. So I
So
don't know, man. It's kind of 50-50, honestly.
it is. I mean, maybe they draw it out. Maybe they wrestle payback too. I mean, who knows?
Yeah,
But
maybe.
we'll see. But for now, I'm going with Logan.
I'm gonna have to go Logan too.
Next, we got Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler. No fight pit or anything confirmed yet, but I got Shayna.
Yeah, I got Shayna too. I feel like this will end up just being a one and done match, and she just wants to put Shayna over, so I'm gonna go Shayna.
Right. And then next we got I mean, what's obviously really going to steal the show will be match of the year, Slim Jim Battle Royal.
Yeah, bro,
But
that has to be the main event, bro. Like, there's no way.
but
Like this better
I
than
guess
Roman.
for the sake of predictions, I'll go LA Knight if he's going to be
Bro,
since
if
he's
if they're doing all this and he doesn't win, what's the point? Like it's like WWE. Like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah, I mean like they're whether it's Vince or whether it's Hunter, it's like, are you just finding your new Dolph Ziggler to be like, I'm bored, let's bury him again,
Yeah, literally, yeah. It's like, what are we doing here?
right?
And I don't know, dude. But
Yeah, and
yeah.
I'm just looking at it now. I mean, Becky Trish isn't really confirmed yet, but obviously it's gonna happen at SummerSlam. But for now, I'm going with Becky. It's some other matches that like the article thinks might happen, but Kevin is
Hmm.
hurt. Uh, I don't think they're gonna just immediately put in Raquel like that with the match with
Yeah.
Rhea,
A lot of the matches I don't feel like they have time to build them up.
right? And you said you told me the theory and Escobar will be on SmackDown, and that makes me
Yeah, that
sad.
just got
So
announced last night.
yes, I mean, but Becky's beating Trish. There's no way she's not. So that's the last prediction I have.
Yeah. So on Sunday, we'll figure out who got more right, guys. Yeah. So special prompt time.
Special prom
Oh wait,
time.
I do want to take note that the Great American Bash is happening this Sunday coming up, and bro, the match card looking pretty good.
Who's
So
Melo defending against?
Ila Dragunov.
Oh yeah, that's right. Probably a
Yeah,
good match.
gonna be a good match, bro. And people are speculating that Carmelo might drop it just to get up to the main roster to join the Bobby Lashley stable. But I don't know, man. We'll see. But that's gonna be a pretty good paper or PLE. But yeah, special prompt, man. Today's special prompt is a good one. I actually had very fun making this list. It is our top 5 dream matches. Uh, whoever, like any people, it can be from any generation or anything. So top 5 dream matches. You want to go first?
Should go first.
All right, cool. I'll go first. All right, so my first one, Gunther versus Batista. The battle of the power bombs. I just feel like that'd be a hard hitting. What did JR say? Slobber knocker, bro.
Well,
Slobber
that's a
knocker.
clash of styles too.
Facts. Hold on, my computer is I need to plug it in. There we go. But yeah, Gunther versus Batista, bro. That's just like main event all over, it, bro. Like
Right.
imagine those two facing off in the middle of the ring, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Next one is Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns. I would want this to take place at a WrestleMania because, bro, you know how Roman has that aura around him? Kenny has that same like aura. Like when Kenny's interests, he has like theatricals. Like seeing those two both walk to the ring to square it off against each other, and then Kenny being able to carry not only the wrestling aspect of it, because we Roman's not like a crazy technical wrestler, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Roman can still wrestle first.
Yeah. But with Kenny, dude, they could add like that technical side, that strong style, like New Japan side, those crazy moves. And it could just, bro, it could be a banger, bro. And Kenny is also good at like the acting side of it too, just like Roman. Like Kenny literally bases his character off like Japanese animes and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, so I just feel like that aura in that match would literally be like one of the biggest matches of all time. Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, from what I know about Kenny, I mean, he's him. So I mean, yeah, I
Bro,
mean, I
let
agree
me,
with you.
bro, he's in, bro, he's in my top 10, bro. Definitely. Next one, Adam Cole versus Shawn Michaels. Just because the influence that Shawn had on Adam and them being Shawn bringing him up in NXT, they Adam Cole took the super kick. He's made that a part of his move set. I just feel like they could just have a banger wrestling match, bro. Like especially on the mic too. The pro battles would be crazy because they're both kind of have like the same attitude. Because when Adam Cole wants to be a heel, he can be a heel, bro. When Shawn Michaels wants to be a heel, bro, he can be a heel, bro. I just feel like they could just have a crazy feud. Next one, this is probably a lot of people's that we've been waiting to see. It might happen soon. Rock versus Roman. That would be probably the biggest match ever, dude. Probably.
Ever.
Bro, Yeah, Tribal Chief Roman Reigns versus The Rock for the
It is
literally.
it is up there. I can't argue
Yeah,
that. It is up there.
I feel like dude, there's no way that's not like selling out every single seat in the stadium, bro. And imagine
Yeah.
The Rock and imagine this Roman and The Rock on the mic together. Like,
That's
bro,
that's cinema. I mean, it's in your background. You got two cinemas. That's cinema
no, literally.
twice in the
Like,
making.
imagine Roman saying, "What makes you think you can walk back in here, thinking that you're still the head of the table?" Matter of fact, you were never the head of the table. You were
Right,
just a
yeah.
guy who used corny lines, but I'm the
Or,
real like, bro. Oh my
yeah, or
God.
but Dwayne saying like, "Look at what I did. Look what I paved the
Yeah.
way." I mean, I'm one of the few in the family that did actually win the world title before you
Mm-hmm.
did. And I would love to see Dwayne like, it's like I'm sorry. Like, what do you think about that? Well, it doesn't matter what you think. Like, just
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah.
Sure, I mean, yeah, it's corny, but it works. It's gonna get pops out of the crowd. Like Rock just cut off Roman. So I mean,
Bro.
I don't want to get too deep into it. I already said it last week. Do I want to see this match? Of course I do. But do I think we're going to? No, I'm sorry, I
Probably
don't.
not. Yeah.
Dwayne has nothing. So he doesn't owe WWE anything. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I want to see it absolutely, but I just think WrestleMania in Hollywood was the right
Yeah,
time. The
that
writing's on the wall. But
yeah.
Cody versus
It's
Roman is so
literally
great. But
it's literally the definition of a dream match. Like probably won't
oh
ever
yeah,
happen, but it would be crazy to see. And my last one is Dolph versus Adam Cole. Dolph Ziggler versus Adam Cole. Like prime
okay,
Dolph Ziggler versus Undisputed Era Adam Cole. Just
let's see
like
that.
I want to see like a spot of them suit like trading super kicks like 10 times in a row. Boom, 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 boom. Dolph selling. Like I just feel like it could be a banger. Like imagine that match taking place on like 2018, 2019 Black and Gold, bro.
Takeover. I mean, yeah, the absolute banger.
Yeah. Like, bro, that'd be insanity. But
You,
yeah, those
you
are my
you could probably give those guys any stipulation too, like Iron Man or 2 out of 3
yeah,
falls. It'd be
facts.
fun.
Yeah. Oh wait, I did want to say my first one, Gunther versus Batista. I had a hard time picking, so I'm gonna do an honorable mention. Brock versus Batista.
Man, if I could rebook WrestleMania 30, that's a match I would do. The
Yep.
Beast versus the Animal. It has
Yep.
the writing on the wall.
Yep.
I'm actually glad that you just did an honorable mention because you when one of your picks just triggered another pick for me. So I
Okay.
but the order doesn't matter. I'm just now I'm just going with an honorable mention just to add one. But here are mine.
Yeah.
And not to get off track, I think we need to do this one again. But
Oh
you're
yeah,
making
yeah, because I have more, bro. Yeah. We're
right.
gonna
Yeah,
do a
you're
part
making
two.
me want to go play these on 2K now.
Yeah,
So
facts.
you're mine. I'm gonna start off with a banger.
But
And obviously we're talking about these everybody in their prime. Roman Reigns versus Yokozuna.
okay.
I mean, Yoko, to
Okay.
quote Undertaker, he was like a cat. He was very athletic for
Yeah.
his size, despite being big.
Yeah.
I don't know what Yoko is to Roman. I can't remember that detail about their bloodline. I
Yeah.
know they are
They're
actually.
yeah.
I know they do have the same blood. I mean, and not to
Mhm.
split hairs, but like Roman and Rock actually aren't related. It's just Rock's grandfather, Peter Maivia, who he actually isn't related to by blood. I don't know if you knew that, but I'm going to just quickly say that Rock's mom was adopted by Peter Maivia.
Oh, that wasn't Peter Maivia wasn't Ada's actual dad.
No,
Oh, what the heck? I didn't know that. It's
yeah,
crazy.
I looked that up on Wikipedia and found that out. Like,
Dang.
because Samoans don't. I mean, there's exceptions, right? But Samoans don't call family what you and I call family. So what actually happened is Peter Maivia, Rock's grandfather, did became blood brothers. I think with Roman's
Mm-hmm.
grandfather or great grandfather
Mm-hmm. Well,
or
hey,
something like.
bro. There some blood is thicker than actual blood.
Oh no,
Yeah,
absolutely.
no,
And I
I'm
mean,
saying, yeah,
it's
yeah,
still a dream match. I mean, but I'm just
yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
like they like when they say that I am a little black and white at times. Don't get me wrong. There's people in my life that I
Mm-hmm.
call family that aren't, but like,
Yeah.
but they are not
But
blood.
nah, yeah. If you're getting technical with it, yeah.
Yes, but don't get me wrong, still a dream match. But Roman and Yokozuna, I know are in the same family tree. I know that for a fact. And
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if you want to get down right to it, if anything, if I remember correctly, Yoko won the world title before anyone in the family did.
Bro,
Before Rock.
Yoko, his rise to the top. It's funny you say that because someone mentioned that. Rocco, his rise to the top was fast. He won the Rumble and then he won the belt at that Mania, I think. Like it was quick.
Mhm. Yeah.
And he
And then
debuted in that like November before the Royal Rumble.
yeah, I mean he put Hulk Hogan on the shelf, and then that whole new
Yeah.
generation came in. He feuded with Undertaker. I mean, Undertaker, said it himself. I mean, like Yoko could wrestle. He was a good guy. Like you said, I mean, his rise to the top was very quick. And honestly, his tenure in WWE was very short. But not to keep going down the rabbit hole, I mean, I think that would be kind of hypothetically speaking, just a good family affair. The tribal chief versus I don't remember what Yokozuna's nickname was, but versus Yoko for all the gold. It'd be a banger.
Facts.
Second, Brock Lesnar versus Vader.
Okay. I like that.
Vader's a powerhouse, and obviously in their prime, Vader can do the
Mhm.
moonsault. I think it'd just be a hard hitting affair.
I
I mean,
like that.
Brock could lift Vader. I mean, he's lifted Omos, he lifted Big Show, all
Mhm.
these guys, but it'd still be cool to see the Beast F5, the man they call Vader. So I mean, not much to say on that one.
Imagine Brock selling the Vader bomb.
That too. Number three, my mind's drawing a blank. I just had this. Man, I'm getting them mixed up now. Shoot. I'm sorry. But number three, AJ Styles versus Bret Hart.
Yo, that would be a banger, dude.
Phenomenal one versus the excellence of execution. The
Yep,
Hitman
yep. That'd be a banger, bro.
would be a banger. I mean, I don't think I need to explain anything about that.
Now you got me. That'd be crazy. Yeah.
Next, shoot. Why did I lose these?
You should have I wrote mine down because I was like, bro, I know I'm gonna mess
I
them up.
know I should have wrote them down. The other one, Johnny Gargano versus Shawn Michaels.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. That's kind of like in the
Yeah, I
same
mean,
Adam Cole with Sean. They were
oh yeah,
both
I mean, like,
together.
yeah, but I mean, both of them facing each other. But I mean, Mr. WrestleMania versus Mr. Takeover.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's
Yeah.
that's 5 stars written all over it.
Dude, you
And
said that? Imagine this triple threat: Cole, Gargano, Sean.
oh, I mean, 6 stars. I
Right?
mean, I
Right?
mean, triple super kick altogether.
Yeah, right. I don't care what Dave Meltzer says, bro.
Facts. But I just remembered the other two. Randy Orton versus Stone Cold.
Yeah. Okay. Now we talking. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean,
Okay. Okay.
Stunner, and RKO.
Okay.
Have both of them as heels. It doesn't matter. Just
Yep.
beat the crap out of each other.
Yep.
Kick out fast, pops, all of that. I mean, like that's writing on the wall right there.
The
And
rattlesnake
I just
versus the viper.
easily, yeah, right. And then honorable mention. I think this is one of the ones you triggered. MJF versus Ric Flair.
Oh, yes. 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 Because they both have very similar wrestling styles too, and
Mhm.
personas.
Yep.
So it's literally who can be the bigger bad guy, like who
Yep.
can, yeah,
Imagine the promos.
bro, dude, yeah, yeah. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah.
yeah, I feel like most of them I don't even need to explain just because it's just like banger, banger,
Mhm,
banger, or at least just hard hitting and entertaining.
for sure.
But we're definitely going to come back to this one in the future. I
Yeah,
mean,
we're
so
doing
so
we're doing
so
part
many
two of
ideas
this,
for
and I
sure.
eventually I eventually want to do like we should do like some tier list videos, where we can share the screen and then do like a tier list of like worst or like best looking WWE championships or like stuff like that. Just like fun stuff we can do. Just like
Oh
put
yeah,
yeah.
for sure. We got plenty of ideas, but we'll come back to this one in the future. But that's all that I have. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We
Yeah,
will next
bro.
time you guys see us and hear us, we're just going to be talking about SummerSlam.
Yeah.
If any other matches are announced, we'll just update our predictions. But Give us a follow, guys, on our social media. We got YouTube and Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Versatility. I'm CJ McClure, and thank God for wrestling.
Yes, sir. I'm Johnny King. Thank God for wrestling, man. Our Instagram is Thank God for Wrestling Pod. Those will be obviously listed below. And if you click link in our Instagram, it'll take you to the Apple Podcast and the Spotify link so you guys can listen to the audio. And yeah, the audio will be up before the videos, but don't forget to check the visuals out, guys. So we thank you all for joining us today. And yep, we'll see what SummerSlam has in store. So thank God for wrestling.
Thank God for wrestling. We'll see you.